Dave, tonight I'm going to work a little bit more on my phrasing.
Oh, God, you've been talking about doing this.
I know, well, because it's just like I always botch these like regular interactions with people. Like instead of saying something like, hey, have a nice day, I say, enjoy the next 24 hours. And it's always kind of threatening, you know?
That is threatening. Yeah, I don't like what you did.
I'm going to work on that tonight. If we were to ever face any sort of challenge, I would be the first to give up.
Okay, no, we're done.
I'm all out of ideas, and we tried nothing.
Oh, that's not gonna work. Yeah, like I always said, like if the aliens really did like come down to get us, I would join them. I'd be like, oh, dude, I'll spy on resistance groups and everything. Like I would fucking sell you guys out.
You're assuming that they would seek out your services of any kind.
What if they like shot one guy and then like the rest of you, are you going to listen? And they'd be like, no. And I'd be like,
I can just imagine the board meetings. Like, you know what we need? We need a family guy who lives in Northeast Kansas. I mean, he with access to no secrets whatsoever. Let's get him.
I would prove my worth to the aliens.
They probably would take you up on that spying offer. They'd be like, yeah, that's great. That's perfect. Okay, just show up at 2:30 for your appointment, and we'll get you the technology that you're going to need.
I'd be like, what? This is rad. Yeah, then they just kill me.
They're like, all right, drop your pants.
I was going to say, he shows up late to the appointment. They're like, well, never mind then.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Sorry, man. My kids, they were throwing their diapers around. It was a madhouse. But what do you got for me?
I'm here, though, guys, right?
Dude,
long gone.
I don't know about aliens, but for you, if the AI overlords take over before the aliens do, I think you might be fucked. Because I know you were wanting to be polite, right, to ChatGPT.
I'm always nice to I'm always nice to ChatGPT.
Well, the people who run that thing came out and said that people saying please and thank you is costing them millions.
No
of dollars.
way.
So I'm wondering now if we're going to be like actually flagged.
What?
For being polite.
They're going to program it into where those are the first people to go.
Yeah.
Why?
Like, get rid of the please and thank yous first.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't read the... Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not going to read an article.
Yeah, I guess that's true. ChatGPT, why?
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask it and just like, come on, why?
I'll
Dude,
do it.
I was going to say, ask ChatGPT. Be like, why shouldn't I say please? And it'll just blow up your phone.
I'm just going to be like, fuck you, bitch.
While he's doing that, you know what I was thinking about today? Hey, Dad. I don't think I'm going to do hamster style anymore.
That's nice. He's reading the paper. He's like, that's nice.
I can still smell that paper like it was yesterday.
He's all like, the bowl is fucking huge.
When it switches from an actual kid to I don't remember what his name is. Squeak, Chota Boy in the movie, as a full-grown adult with a giant cereal bowl. I don't think I'm going to do hamster style
Chota
anymore.
Boy. And then when he starts doing hamster style in the movie,
and
he's like,
fucks that dude up. You do not fuck with hamster style.
God, that movie, dude.
Have you ever seen Orgasmo?
Oh, God. It's been a while.
Dude, for everybody out there who hasn't seen it, absolutely watch that movie. It is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I remember watching it, and I think I was too young to get most of it. So
I got it because I thought there were going to be boobs in it.
Yeah.
And there's no boobs at all. There's a bunch of man butt.
Yeah.
But there's no boobs.
And just stunt cocks, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all I remember.
Stunt cock.
Anybody see a problem with this?
Well, I got our answer here for the thing. It's boring
Damn,
ass
it's
shit.
lengthy.
It's just the hardware, the data sets, all the stuff. It's takes a lot of money to run the ChatGPT. Then you multiply it by millions and billions of people using it. So they said while it may cost just a few cents whenever you do it, just think about everybody doing it.
That's not my fucking fault.
Okay, but what does that have to do with saying please in particular?
I think just each word that you put into it.
Oh, fuck that. I'm going to start sending like supercalifragilistic type shit.
Yeah. No, and you know what? It's not my fault you haven't figured out how to make money off that shit. Not my fucking fault, man.
I'm going to start just asking for lyrics to every song
and then
ever.
Say, thank you so much for everything you've ever done in your entire life, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It can be impressive sometimes. Like I did the thing where I had to turn my pets into humans, and I was like, that's pretty cool. But then I asked
Wait, no. What? You turned your pets into humans?
Yeah, you feed it a picture of like your cat or whatever, right? And then you say, turn my cat into a human, remove all the animal features like whiskers and fur, but use them to make a human version of this animal.
Oh my God.
And I did one of like our cat Coco laying on the floor, like, and she's doing like the staring dad, like startled look. And I was like, gave it to that, and it put her in, she's a brown kitty. And it made a girl with a brown striped sweatshirt, and she's laying on the floor, and she looks fucking terrified.
Oh God!
It's
like, what am I doing to my cat?
Yeah,
I have never heard of this. This is new to me.
I've heard of shit like that. Have you heard of the one where it's like I saw a bunch of TikToks of it, where you hear the sound of like a microwave, and then it takes the subject of the picture, and then it spins it around, and like basically thinks like what it would look like from behind, since it can't see it in the picture. But like some of them look kind of cool, some of them look weird. I did it to my mom's dog, who's a Boston Terrier, and she's laying on the couch, and her face is just like this. It doesn't spin her body; it just spins her face.
Whoa!
It's so creepy. I'll show it to you later on, but it just spins like part of her face, and then a new face appears from behind. So it's creepy as shit.
Is it like face back from the other guys?
Face back.
Since the app that shows you what the back of their head looks like.
So we got a little bit of time before I fuck you guys up.
Shit.
So how's everybody doing today? Okay, David's out. Dan.
Dude, today was jam-packed, man. I'm used to doing everything at a glacial pace. I walk slow, I eat slow, I make love slow, but I finish fast.
Ooh.
But today, man, it was like 7 a.m. and it was like, wake up, bitch, we got shit to do. And because normally I like to sleep in. And I had to go to the doctor, and then I had to go to the vet right after that, and then to the dentist.
Damn.
Like smack, like just right at one right after another.
And the reasons are actually switched. You wouldn't believe it or not,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, he actually had to go see the vet.
Hey.
I caught something.
I had to get some of
From
those horse
Yeah.
pills, whatever the fuck they're called.
What do you got for?
Ivermectin.
Yeah.
What do you got for ivermectin in here? And they're like, Jesus.
I heard you could use it on rashes and sensitive areas. So
Like, go to Mexico, asshole. We don't got any. It's for the horses, dude. God.
What about you? What are you doing?
Same old. So yesterday was Sophia's playing soccer. And
I saw pictures and they look fucking adorable.
she does yoga basically the whole
Hey,
time.
she's out there. She's doing her thing.
She is doing her thing, and so I had we left my car there, and got in the car, and then we went to a restaurant. And we had some other errands to do, and the girls were kicking our ass so bad, like crying and shit, that we just drove home after, and forgot about my car. So I went outside this morning, and I thought someone had ganked my vehicle for like 0.2 seconds. I was like, oh, yeah, I left it at fucking Annenberg Park. Thankfully, I have my trick. I was able to drive my trick around.
I might have been lost for a little bit longer than 0.2 seconds. I'll give you a whole lot of credit for that. It would have taken me a minute.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd be like, wait, what the fuck? Well, okay, where did I go?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
dude. Sweet.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
What does yours say?
Oh, man, if we ever do the episode on movies that haven't aged well, I think that is one of them.
Dude, that one didn't age well from the
The
get-go.
get-go. Yeah, I was going to say.
Like, I saw it, and I was like, dude, nope.
The whole time I'm like,
I'll tell you one thing. Where that movie lost me is when they stole a joke from Half-Baked. Oh. When they were talked about the guy in the closet or whatever, it's like, oh yeah, I thought it was your friend. Or,
they
I
did
thought
that?
it was your friend. The guy on the couch.
Yeah.
it was the original joke from that. And so when they did it in Dude, Where's Your Car, I was like, man,
that is fucked
I'm kind of
up.
checked out already.
Come on.
Yeah. I love Dude on the Couch and he's like,
Or when he does take a hit and he goes,
But there was a guy on the couch.
Did he just move? Throws the note.
So did we talk at all last week about
Computers? Yeah.
Logan and baseball?
No.
Okay, so that was what I wanted to, my banter that I wanted to bring up is we got Logan signed up for baseball for this summer, and he is really fucking excited.
Yeah.
To the point where literally every day he's asking me if I know what team he's going to be on yet.
Damn.
And I'm like, dude, no. We have like a month.
The email hasn't come in yet. So he's MPRD baseball.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. And he is excited, and I'm fucking excited for him.
Hell yeah.
The other thing I wanted to talk about was the Last of Us.
Oh yeah, I was thinking for the next 6 or so weeks we should just have like a
Breakdown.
little mini
little
therapy
check-in.
session here first.
Oh man, I was okay. Spoilers, but I knew it was coming, and I still wasn't ready.
Yep.
It was like reliving it all over again for like the fourth fucking time because I've played the game so many times that seeing it in the brand new. I'm like, oh wait, no, this is somehow this is worse.
Yeah, it's when you get PTSD from a fucking video game,
right?
Like,
but it was. I mean, I got to give them credit. They fucking did it.
they did. I thought it was they did it justice. They nailed it, in my opinion.
I think they gave it enough weight to where people are really going to be like, wait, we need to fucking pay attention as to what's going on.
To the point where because I like to, when I watch an episode, I love to get online and see what people are saying about it. And there were so many people who watched the show only but haven't played the game, so they didn't really know what was going on. And so many, it was a lot of it was like the people's reaction back in 2020 where they're like, fuck this, I'm not playing anymore. So many of them are like, I don't think I can watch any more episodes of it.
I had a lot of people comment on a TikTok that I did about fans of the show getting ready for season 2 and then versus fans of the games who were like, oh shit. But like a bunch of them were like, oh, I can't believe, I don't know if I could keep watching. I'm like, oh, you kind of have to, man. Come on.
The best is yet to come.
You've invested too much. I mean, come on.
Like,
man.
exactly.
It already hurt you a little bit. Just let it hurt you the rest of the way.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's like ripping a Band-Aid.
I thought I was ready because I was all excited and I popped some popcorn for myself and everything, and I was like, at the very beginning I'm like eating it, but the second I saw any hint of that storyline happening, the popcorn went like to the side and I didn't touch it for the rest of the time. And
You
like
dropped it in like slow motion. Like,
Like the end of The Usual Suspects.
guys are so
my
sad.
God. Dude, they filmed that shit perfect.
They did.
Dude. God.
But dude, also the big fucking like giant battle that they had that's completely original, like didn't happen in the game, I thought was fucking amazing.
That was tense.
That was some Game of Thrones level type shit, dude.
Fuck, I gotta watch
That's
it.
what- what people
but
are saying,
You got to
yeah.
start at season 1, man.
Yeah,
you got to
yeah,
start at
Yeah.
the beginning. And
I'm definitely gonna do that.
and I can't remember. Have you played the second game?
No,
But do you know
part two.
the big spoiler?
I know
Okay,
the big
yeah.
spee. Yeah.
But
No, I don't.
oh shit! Well, here.
Well, then
Let me tell you in detail. Grab some popcorn.
No.
should we prepare to not touch it? At this point, should we tell people to watch this episode before listening any further?
Wait, yeah, I thought we were talking baseball.
I mean, honestly, it's like if you don't know already, then you'll find out eventually.
Hey,
And
Probably
if-
not from us.
If we
so.
were talking any sport in relation to The Last of Us, it would be golf.
oh my, you son of a bitch.
What? Because people waiting around and then
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And then
People
standing
taking
and
forever
clapping
and then losing your ball in the sand trap. Yep.
Yeah.
No other
Dude,
reason.
Wait, would you want Logan? So it's like obviously Royals is number 1. Then maybe Rockies. Rockies is purple, so
Yeah.
he can like kind of wear that to
Yeah.
KSA games too. It'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Royals, Rockies. You got anybody else that you're like, yeah, that'd be cool team?
I mean, he's like super into the color yellow, so the A's would be kind of nice.
Hey, that'd be
Like
nice.
some green and gold. I mean,
yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
green
That
and
works.
dude, that'd be cool.
But No, not really. I could care less as long as it's not the fucking Yankees. I don't care as long as it's not the fucking Yankees.
Do they still make the parents bring beverages for after the game?
I honestly don't know yet.
Okay, dude.
But if so, they're going to be getting some beers.
Yeah, the little
Good game, shortstop.
the
Not
little-
so much first base.
Yeah. You get a PBR.
with the good stuff for him now.
Pitcher, we're taking some shots.
You get a here's a porter. Yeah, the hottest day of the year. Here's a fucking porter. You like, of course, you are bringing snacks because everything. Sophia's class, like her preschool class, they have to bring snacks to it, and it's like, what the fuck?
Thanks, Obama.
Hey, yeah. When I hand you over to somebody, you're responsible for the snacks, motherfucker, not me.
Yeah, they've turned us into the kids from Heavyweights, sneaking shit into the...
Hey, the treasure trove of fucking snacks those guys had, though.
You got to get one of those little bedposts so you can saw off the top and pull it out.
Yes.
All the Snickers and shit
man,
hanging from
dude,
it.
That shit was rad.
Do you guys try to do like the healthy, conscious snacks when you have to provide them? Or do you go straight for the little dead?
Oh, for Logan? Oh, I've attempted to, but he's like, "Can I just have some Cheetos?" I'm like, "Yeah."
No, I just mean when you're subjecting other people's children to them too.
So
you know?
they have Sophia's preschool. They're like grains and fruits, and you're like, I go, what, dude? I go get this fruit flavored like gummies, and then for grain, be like Snickers. Grain?
I mean, they got some grain in there
They got
somewhere,
some-
I'm sure.
Dude, toaster strudels, those got grains
Damn
and fruits in them, right?
Uncrustables, which I had never had an Uncrustable until like a month ago, and I got hooked hard.
I'll eat them if I don't have to pay for them. But
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the fact that you're paying for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is a little ridiculous.
It gets your mind takes you there because you buy things.
I mean, yeah.
But if you allow yourself to just step away from responsibility and go, ooh, when they're cold and shit, like I make a peanut butter and jelly for the girls, and I'll pop it in their fridge.
I love how he just like looks at an Uncrustable the same way that he looks at his wife.
I go,
He's like, ooh. It's like Sarah and food. Those are the only things that get that kind of reaction.
Papa's
As
getting
they
lucky
think.
tonight. Ooh,
That could go for either one.
Is this strawberry jam?
Raspberry.
I
hate raspberry.
I fucking love it.
So if you guys didn't happen to notice, I'm wearing a Texas Chainsaw Massacre shirt tonight.
I do declare.
And that has absolutely nothing to do with my topic. I just wanted to point it out because it's cool.
Hey!
No, actually, I had kind of an interesting idea. So we're not new to the podcast game, right?
No.
Like I said a couple episodes ago, we're starting to get close to 100.
We are the youth of the nation. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
POD. Oh wait, who the fuck? Oh, it's Goldmember that does that when he's like, "Casey and the Sunshine Band." POD. We are still kind of new to the YouTube scene.
Oh yeah.
We've got some episodes on there, and if you haven't checked out, we've got a little bit of a back catalog. But I thought now would be a really good time to introduce ourselves to the world.
Ooh.
Okay.
So, Dave,
Yeah.
Dan,
Yes.
tonight I want to talk about Dave and Dan.
No.
No.
Pass.
Too late. I already took your keys. So no, I just want to go through some stuff to just kind of just let everybody get to know us a little bit better. I mean, it's stuff that we know about each other because we've known each other for fucking ever, but maybe they don't know. Maybe they would like to know. So I would like to share some I have some questions that I want you guys to give me some good solid answers to, okay? And yes, you will be graded on this. David. hey, look at me.
Rigel. The North Star.
All right.
Beetlejuice.
Just
Beetlegeist.
Beetlegeist.
Yeah,
Beetlegeist.
get it right or pay
Hey,
the price.
that bitch said Beetlejuice, though.
Yeah, kind of.
She said Beetlejuice.
You couldn't really tell what she was saying because everything was set at 8,000 miles per hour.
Star here.
And with the Australian accent,
Did I
too.
tell you guys how my friend made her so fucking mad?
No.
Probably, but please tell me again.
My buddy Safa, shout out to Safa.
Shout out.
Good, great guy. He took his little brother's like fucking play school karaoke toy in for like the day that we had to go to the auditorium and identify fucking constellations and stars.
Yeah.
And Safa fucking loves astronomy. He loves the shit. We're actually gonna go get our telescopes out here sometime soon and go look at stars together. You know,
yeah.
maybe hold hands. I don't know. But he would fucking raise his hand before anybody on each time, and he would shout it. It's like the same way Dave likes to like test, you know, the
People's
limits.
patience.
That, but also the limit, like the audio, the oral limits of what the microphone can handle.
Oh yeah, yes,
You know?
absolutely. He does.
And so it was just like it was super blurted. She was so mad.
the North Star.
She just didn't have a great sense of humor. I don't want to say her name, but we know her name. She did not have a great sense of humor.
Not really.
Because when we would write down she had this great idea. If you were late to her class, you had to write your name down on a piece of paper up front. And so me and Dusty just write down like Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah. And she go,
all right, who wrote this? Not
Man.
Macho Man?
It is
Are you
Macho
sure about
Man.
that?
Man, she didn't like that.
Are you sure that's not someone's given name? Have you looked at the school roster?
That was a good class.
She was, but she was also pretty easy to hide from. So
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
so the first thing I'd like for you guys to answer, Dan, I'm going to start with you. I just it's not anything big, but what's just something you can think of that you would like everybody to know that maybe they don't know, maybe something that they don't get at a first look at you.
This is gonna sound corny as fuck, and I'm 100% serious.
Dude, no, please do it.
But
You shut the fuck up.
I just want people to know that I try.
Believe it or not,
Whatever it is.
But we know that you tried
Whatever.
because you fell off your electronic bike over the handlebars. So I know that you've tried something. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't do that just sitting.
you don't get over the handlebars just sitting
And
on
that's
your
what
ass.
No, you don't.
That's what I'm saying. I try, but I'm not always successful.
But that's all that matters.
Whether it be riding a bike, having a pleasant interaction with a cashier, or fucking
Oh my gosh.
Those happen every once in a
Yeah.
while.
So have you noticed, by the way, like people, cashiers and stuff, like it's the decline of customer service is like a thing now. You know,
yes, it is.
and I know it's like a thing that's been passed down from like the top. You know, like you don't have to be nice to these people.
Yeah.
You just fucking
They were mean to me when I was in high school,
Yeah,
so fuck them.
Dude, pinch poke, yummy coke. I've noticed, like, you go to McDonald's. This is just an example. The McDonald's on the west side here. First of all, they don't have a fountain in there.
Yeah.
You
told me about that.
You have to go up and see. But if you walk up to the counter, they're like,
Like,
and then
I don't know what to do with my
yeah,
hands.
dude. Some kid walks up and he's like, and you're like, number 3 with the Dr. and you're like, I know you're fucking this up.
and then he
dude.
starts checking for like the to-go order.
Yeah.
No. I
What's
want to
your
order it
name?
now.
Are you DoorDash? Like, yeah, I'm fucking DoorDash.
Yeah,
I stood in
that's
line
my
for
name.
10 minutes. You know, and I'm like, I know this guy's fucking my order up. That's just like the bare minimum is now gone.
Yeah.
So like the other day, Sarah got fucking pissed. I won't even name where. But I was like, I don't even get mad anymore. It's not their fault. You know what I mean? Like nobody's back there going, hey, what the fuck was that about? You know, like where Dusty works, we won't mention names again. But if your person had a weird interaction, you go, hey,
Don't do that.
like, why did we hire you?
Hey,
Why are you?
hey, you remember back like 30 seconds ago where you yelled fuck like real loud and that guy was standing right next to you? He didn't work here, did he? No, didn't think so. Anyway.
Oh,
Guess I'll
God.
talk to you later.
Bye. Oh my God. Sorry to sidetrack
No.
the situation.
That's the point.
That's
Yeah.
the whole point of the
Yeah.
show.
That's something that, like, I mean,
Yeah.
people should get with the fucking title, but you never know.
Yeah, that's what we like to do. We like to take a subject like Dan and then get as far the fuck away from it as we
Yes.
possibly can.
Before ever so gracefully bringing it right back.
Now it's our turn to backpedal from David. So
Hi! Actually, sorry, though. One thing I want to mention that constantly, I think of just constantly, like randomly, the meat bouncing story from Arby's. I always think of that shit.
that Arby's meat bounces.
It bounces
Yeah.
off the ground like a basketball.
Yeah.
You know?
Like a deflated
like
basketball.
a
but still,
deflated
yeah.
basketball. It just still, like, it crosses my mind quite a bit. Like, more than it should, I think.
Dude, you
Yeah.
say a deflated basketball. The fact that roast beef's got any air in it is a little concerning.
And I couldn't tell you how many times it would bounce because Mark caught it on the first bounce up. So
That's crazy.
And got it
man.
on the
That's
slicer.
fucking nuts.
Dude, I hear like the fucking Harlem Globetrotters like dun, 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 dun.
Hey, you know what? I'll take seconds.
And hey, don't worry out there. That Arby's is closed now.
They
so,
are
yeah.
closed now. What the fuck? The other Arby's is closed too.
Yeah.
The
Wait,
West
whoa,
Side
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Arby's. West Side Arby's done.
Oh yeah, that's the one I was talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
That's where the bouncing happened.
I thought you were a Aggieville only.
Oh no. I jumped ship as soon as I fucking could.
Holy moly!
And that one's barely a Popeyes now.
No shit.
Just like some of the time.
That's speaking of customer service. That place,
Seriously.
when you would go in when it first opened, they're like, "Hi, how are you? How you doing?" And shaking your hand and shit. And you're like,
They'll give you a hug if
okay.
you want.
Yeah, no, they're like super nice lady. You're like, "Hi, honey," and you're like, "Okay." Now you walk in and they're like, "What? The fuck
Kinda-
do you want?"
Could have tossing the food dismissively on the counter.
And then there's always an argument happening, like in the back. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, "This place is toxic." I think.
So getting back to the question of what's something that you think people should know about you? Apparently, David's a Karen.
I am.
So, jeez, yeah.
Dude, I am. I admit it completely when it comes to when I go to a fucking restaurant, I just want to act like it's 1996 again and have someone go, "Hi, how are you? What can I get you?" Instead of,
Why are you here?
"What? What?
Yeah.
Did you order from the app?"
No, you do everything on the tablet. I just bring you a Coke, okay?
I don't bring you anything. They're like, "I don't do anything."
And just to tack onto that real fucking quick, the calling for stuff is also going away very badly.
Oh yeah.
Because, so we like to get Little Caesars, 8 times a week.
Hell yeah.
And we have a very specific order we like to do, but you can't do it on the app.
Oh.
They don't give you the ability to do stuff. And so I call them, and what we want is a stuffed crust pepperoni. We want it with light sauce, well done bake, and we want that fucking crack butter Parmesan topping all over the whole pizza.
God
Hey,
damn.
all right.
Best way to order it, but you have to do that over the phone. But now they changed it to where it doesn't even ring anymore. It just goes, music comes on. It's like, "Thanks for calling Little Caesars to place an order or download our app."
Oh.
And you're like, "No." And then it's like, it gives you another option, hit 2. But then if you still want to place an order over the phone, hit 3. And so I do that, and then it switches to more music. And I find out these motherfuckers have an answering service.
Like a
Oh,
call
no.
center?
Yeah.
Dude, I wouldn't want to work at a
no.
fucking Little Caesars call center. I'd fuck with people. I'd be like, "Hello, Little Caesars." Thank you
Oh,
for calling.
great. Click.
They did it again.
And they also can only really use the app.
Oh, my
They can't
God.
even do.
They're like,
the-
"Oh,
So
yeah,
you
no,
just
it's."
call a person at home.
He's like, "Oh, no, it won't let me do that." So what do you want me to do again?
That's pretty much how it went the last time that
Dude.
shit happened.
I just imagine you call somebody and they're like on that little hill behind Little Caesars. Like, yeah, okay, I'll go in there real quick. Hey, man.
Can you guys do this? They said they can't do it,
They
man.
can't do it, man. You don't have the points.
So something that I don't think people would necessarily know about me right away that you guys are both aware of, at least to some degree, is that I was born with a club foot.
I knew that.
And that one of the reasons why you don't often see me in shorts is because my right calf is substantially smaller than my left calf because I've never been able to put as much weight on my right foot. So yeah, my legs are fucked up, basically.
Is that why that one time at Seco you fell when we were walking?
Yes. I know which one you're talking about, and go fuck yourself.
So
I got up quick.
Like one of those clown that has the sand at the bottom, and you knock him over. You go, wah, wah. Dusty fell and hit his face on the ground, and he went pop pop. And everybody was like, "What was that?" And Dusty's like, "Nothing." And I was like, "Yeah, he fell."
So if you ever got plastic surgery, then would it be a calf implant?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, there's a couple other areas that I might want to.
Oh my god! You're like, okay, make them both look smaller, and take this and put it in my dick.
Make that shit 8 feet long. I'll have to drag that shit and put it over my shoulder.
Yeah, maybe my calves are small, but my dick looks like a calf.
Of course, you'd have to ride in the back because his nuts would sit shotgun. Hey, David.
What now?
What's your biggest fear?
Oh, Jesus.
What's something you're afraid of? Like, are
Okay.
you afraid of clowns?
No, they just are weird.
Yeah.
Like, when I think about them, I'm like, oh, that's awkward. But I will say, I saw recently a rerun of MTV True Life, and it was my parents embarrassed me, and it was this girl whose parents are professional clowns. And so her dad showed up to school to give like a presentation, and he was wearing suspenders, right? Like his pants had suspenders. And he did this thing where he's like kind of talking like this, and he works both of his arms out of the suspenders, and then starts walking, and his pants fall down. That guy, why are you embarrassed of this man? That guy's fucking gold,
Dude, I would be like, hell yes, that's my dad.
Did you
just
see
made
that?
everybody's day better.
I mean, golly. So no, midgets used to creep me out hard.
Little people.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then I saw midget wrestling, little people wrestling at RC McGraw's, and I was like, they're just like us.
Yeah.
Because one guy was like stone cold.
Nice.
You know, he came out in a vest, and he was like, ugh, and I was like, that guy's cool. Burning alive is kind of a thing.
Ooh, that's really that. Actually, I think that's number one on my list of worst ways to go.
Yeah, that I don't want to do that. And that Family Guy episode where Brian, like, his son comes back and like finds him, and he's like, "No, you don't understand. Like, losing a child. You know, like, I will say this: I can't watch any true crime stuff that has anything to do with a child. I'm like, no,
It's rough.
it's so fucking uncomfortable. It's like an uncomfortable sweater. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna fucking do it. Turn it. And I'm like, I can't believe this is me, dude. This is me.
Do you know what movie got a million times scarier? Pet Sematary.
Oh, yeah.
I have trouble watching that
Yeah,
now,
dude.
the stage of life I'm at, because I just imagine I'm like, no.
It's not good. I hate that. I hate that stuff. Also, wet food. I don't like when I have to, like, in the sink. Sometimes I'll touch like a wet piece of bread, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's
Like soggy bread is gross.
that is disgusting.
I'll fucking go stand outside, you know, and I'll be like, just leave me alone, you
In the rain.
bastards.
It's just your hand held
Yeah, I'm
out.
like, who
It's like,
put that piece of bread in the sink?
Well, I guess I'm glad I didn't bring you guys any cake tonight then, because
No,
was it wet cake?
yeah, because so we made a cake on Easter that was like a lemon cake, and we made like a lemon. You poke a dick ton of holes in the top of it with toothpicks,
Oh,
and you pour like this lemon glaze over it, and
Oh,
it goes down a
nice.
little hole. So like, this cake is like, I would say moist, but it is beyond moist. It is wet.
I love that. My biggest fear is getting a cake and having it be drier than a fucking 17-cent steak.
I'm weird. I like dry cake.
You like dry?
I like moist cake too, but I like dry cake. We're saying moist a lot.
Yeah,
I'm
we
loving
are.
this. People are gonna fucking hate it.
And cookies. I like moist, ooey gooey cookies.
Yeah.
When cookies are dry and crumbly, I fucking throw them right out the window.
Nice.
All right, so
Okay,
Dan,
I don't throw them out the window.
yeah, I was gonna say, you fucking liar.
I don't throw them out the window, but I want to. stupid cookie. Yeah.
This is stupid.
This is stupid. Why do you do that? That's got to be a record for how many times I've gotten that in one podcast. Come on.
Dan, what's something you're afraid of? What's one of your biggest fears?
I hate flying over water. Don't like it.
So like international type stuff?
Yep, don't like it.
Okay.
And like our dream trip is to go to like Bali or some, like
Hey.
one of the longest possible journeys you can take.
Take a boat.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, my
I'll do,
God.
Breaking Benjamin style. Yeah, there we go.
That would be pretty fucking awesome.
Especially if they were on the trip. with
Yeah.
you. The angels bow.
That actually sounds fucking cool. Like there's some those concert festival cruises look pretty badass.
They
Dude,
do.
Chris Jericho does like a rock and wrestling one that
That's
I thought was
rad.
kind of cool.
Whoa.
I mean, but it's Chris Jericho. so,
Fozzy.
Yeah, there was
That's
like
pretty much it's the whole point. It's like, hey, pay attention to my band.
I looked.
Alright.
The Lamb of God does one, so like with a bunch of other crazy metal bands. So I was trying to Google it and like see when the next one was and who was playing, and I instead got search results for like 80s metal, and it was like Winger.
Oh.
It was like not any like the big heavy hitters that you would
poor
want.
Winger.
Yeah.
It's like the drummer from Poison.
Yeah, it was very haphazardly.
I
arranged.
figured like you look up Lamb of God and it'd come up with like a church cruise. And you're like, oh boy.
Speaking of dry,
Hey.
So what else are you afraid of?
how about the worst way to die?
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
are talking about being burned. I am like terrified of being eaten alive.
Ooh,
like-
I've had some nightmares about that.
Just
too.
like I just
Yeah.
imagine like getting attacked by a bear, and to the point where it's like I can't even get up anymore, and I just like can like see it gnawing on me, and knowing it's not going to stop.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I think because I've had dreams about that, but the ones that I think take it a little bit of a step above is being like actually eaten alive, like swallowed whole.
Oh,
The idea of that freaks me the fuck out because
Yeah.
like being swallowed whole and either like suffocating or being dissolved in fucking acid and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I've had some vivid fucking dreams,
Jeepers
dude.
creepers.
It's weird.
another this just
Totally
makes,
functional though.
This just I'm just gonna overshare real fast. This just makes me feel uneasy. Sometimes I think about like how we buy packaged meat and stuff, and I was like, what if that was us? Like, what if that was humans? And you're like, you think about like your friend Jesse, whatever, dies, and they chop him up and use them for different things like steaks and pork rind, Jesse rinds. And then you think about it like somebody goes and buys this thing and then they just let it sit in their fridge until it goes bad.
I mean, especially the Jesse Rines. Have you ever had
Yeah,
those?
dude, they're moldy as hell. Yeah, they're like, man, I haven't talked to Jesse in a while. Where do you think he is?
Yeah.
And then like the show, it's like a show, and it pans in on this one package of bologna, and it's got his face is going, "Ah," and it's like R.L. Stein. written by
I was gonna
R.L.
say, and then the crypt keeper at the end is like, "Okay, kiddies."
I'll have that once I go, and they'll bite the sandwich.
That one's really good. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, shit.
Besides being dissolved in acid, which that's interesting. What are you soups afraid of?
I mean, I
D?
think you guys are both aware, but for those out there who don't, it's not severe arachnophobia, but I have arachnophobia because I fucking hate spiders.
I would call it pretty severe.
I don't like hyperventilate. Like if a spider dropped down on me, I wouldn't like faint or anything like that. I would freak the fuck out. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't get a tarantula anywhere near me because I do not want it to crawl on me. Like I've had offers before, like, hey, just let it crawl on you. I'm like, fuck yourself.
That's the
and
thing.
everything about you.
People that have them or people that are into them are like, oh, ha, ha, ha. They're not going to hurt you. And it's like, first of all, fuck you.
Yeah.
You don't fucking know, man.
Dude, I'll fucking Uno reverse it on it. I'll be like, you know what I'm into? Drugs. Do all of the drugs and then tell me. No, I'm kidding.
You know what I'm into? Pieces of wood with nails on them. Put it in your eyeball. Put it in your eyeball.
I call it Lucille. Little pig, little pig.
So what's
You mean
so
to
I
tell me
You tell me you didn't know about the 40.
That's something you should have brought up, is that you do an amazing Jeffrey Dean
I
Morgan
do.
impression.
I
Does, yeah.
do.
Specifically from the movie Rampage.
And I really like that it's very specific because when people ask me to, keep going, I'm like, Sorry.
Which I have met one of his co-stars from that movie now.
Really? Oh yeah,
Malin
right.
Ackerman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Nice.
Yep, she got eaten.
You. Hey, speaking of getting eaten, remember Anaconda?
Oh, yeah.
First of all, that scene where Jennifer Lopez is like bathing, basically, or something. She's like patting herself down, and John Voight's just staring at her all weird.
Right.
I don't.
John Voight's just being John Voight.
Yeah, I don't even think that was a scene. They just captured that.
They're like, hey, get the camera on John for a second there. He's being super creepy.
being really
He's the
weird.
villain, right? Okay, good.
That movie fucked me up though, because that Anaconda was not fucking.
Dude, when it
around.
spits John Voight out and it winks at her.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that shit's crazy.
Or I should say he winks at her, not the snake. But
shit
yeah.
is nuts.
I haven't seen that one in forever either. I gotta
I
watch
think they're
that one.
remaking that
Oh,
actually.
really? Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, they're doing something with it.
That's one I think could do with a like at least effects wise.
Oh yeah, for
Well,
Little facelift.
It's a classic. I mean, it's like redoing Gone with the Wind.
Can they just get?
You
Ice
didn't even
cubes?
remember that Owen Wilson was in that movie.
Oh, I forgot.
See?
Whoa! And Gone with the Wind?
Owen Wilson, senior.
Wow.
Frankly,
Dude.
Scarlett, just wow.
Wow, man.
I don't know
think
nothing
that-
about birth and no babies.
I think that I forgot about Anaconda, so I'm just gonna have to go open the Tubi app and fucking watch it tonight.
Hey, there you go.
You know, because there's no way it's on anything.
See, that's my biggest fear.
Is Tubi?
It's just Tubi in general. All right, so the next one, we started with you the last time, right? With the fear?
no, that was
Or no, yeah.
Dave.
So we're gonna start with you for this one,
Oh.
and this one will be a good one. Who are some of your favorite musicians?
Oh, that's a good one.
So kind of give everybody an
Yeah.
idea of where your style is musically.
before I answer that, I wanted to shoehorn something in really fast.
Oh,
Hey,
Horn away.
what's your? I know what your policy is when it comes to seeing a spider in your house. I'm guessing.
Kill it with fire.
Yeah. What about you? Do you kill or like try to usher it out with a cup and a plate or something?
okay. So everyone in my house is deathly afraid of spiders.
As they should be.
So they like it's 50-50. Half the time, everybody's screaming for me to kill it. Like they're like, "Get it, Daddy! Get it! Get it! Get it!" And I'm like, I feel like a big macho guy,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I look, and it's always the tiniest spider ever. And they're like, "Kill it! Are you gonna kill it, Daddy?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then like somebody put it in their little brains that you can like save them, you know, and like they belong outside. They live outside with their mommies. And so, like, it's 50-50. And I have to guess which one they want. Because sometimes they want death.
Be like,
Yeah, yeah.
Hit. No,
Dude.
no, we don't hit. No,
No
okay.
hit, no kill.
Thanks a lot, fucking Miss Rachel.
Yeah, push it up and squish it with my thumb. Yeah. They're like the Gladiator. They're like Joaquin Phoenix and Gladiator. Like, thumbs up or thumbs down. Like, I can't tell half the time.
Depends
So-
on how cute it is.
Yeah.
This,
I try to save the little furry jumpy guys.
Okay.
Because I tell them, like, they're good for the outside. But if it's just some, like, daddy long legs looking motherfucker, you're dead, man. You stepped in the wrong goddamn house, boy.
there you go.
My policy. I'll try to get them out if as long as my wife doesn't know because she would prefer I kill it.
Yeah.
But I'll try to get them out. But if it scares me, then it's fucking dead.
Oh, yeah. Or if it's on your bed,
Yeah.
then it's like,
Yeah.
you have crossed
Yeah.
the threshold, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I have hairspray in my house specifically for that reason, and a lighter. I don't.
Dude, I was going to just say, wait a minute. No. Do you spray it with, like, whatever is around to spray it with?
Smash.
You're a smash.
Smash with not with my hands. I won't touch
Oh,
them with
no,
my
no, no,
hands.
yeah.
But I'll take a shoe off. I'll grab a magazine, whatever. But I smash the fuck out of them.
I got two things. One, my grandma has never been scared of insects at all.
She doesn't really
she'll-
seem like she's scared of anything.
She's really not. So she'll fucking grab it and throw it. Like, it could be a huge ass spider, and she'll go, it ain't nothing. And she'll grab it and throw it.
Damn.
And we're like, what the fuck? Also, when we lived on Summit over there by the high school, me and Joe and Cody, in our front, like, walkway, a fucking spider this big was in the front way. This, I swear to God, fucking
Nope.
massive. It was so big. I saw it and go, oh God, no. And Cody ran over and was like, ah! We were just screaming, like just screaming. And not like, ah, but like, oh God, no. And Cody was like, no, and stomped on it. And when he pulled his foot back, it was red blood.
Oh.
This fucker had real blood in it, dude.
Oh.
This motherfucker was so big.
It had
dude.
recently fed.
It had ate things. It probably ate a bird.
Yeah.
It was so fucking
Or
big,
a
dude.
fucking human
Or a human, which
child.
hopefully was an enemy of mine of some kind. But
Well,
yes.
the reason I wanted to go back to that is because recently my wife asked me to take the spider out instead of killing it. So I did. We had dinner and a few drinks. Real nice guy. Said he's a web developer.
Ooh, that's the old
So
double.
anyways,
Deleted.
That's the two-gun dad approach there. That's he's a web developer.
So Randy
I said a web developer.
Randy Rhoads
yeah.
is one of my all-time favorite musicians.
Okay.
For those who don't know, he played guitar with Ozzy's first guitarist after Black Sabbath, and like just on Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, some great fucking songs out of that guy. So that he's like the reason I've have probably stuck with guitar as long as I have. So him for sure. Then I'd say the guys from Metallica, also up there, and man, Jew, love Jimmy Eat World.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow,
Dude,
I
I-
didn't know that they called themselves Jew. That's odd.
I've
that
literally
was
never
me. I'm
heard.
sorry.
Okay.
Wait, what? Didn't you have a name for like the Backstreet Boys too?
No,
Or-
that was Sarah. But so
What
here's the deal.
was it?
Okay, so Sarah and I used to have to share a fucking room.
Right.
And she was like what? She was like 10 and I was 8, I think. So she got the CD player and she got Backstreet Boys' self-titled 1996 album for Christmas. So did I.
Yeah.
Because that's all we fucking listened to. And I know most of the lyrics on that shit and I like the album.
When we spoke about them before, and you referred to them by a name, and David asked you never to use it again, and I don't remember what it was.
I don't know.
Because you were talking about how they were better than NSYNC, or it might have
Was
been
it
the other way around.
BSB?
BSB or B-Boys maybe?
I think it might have just been BSB, and David was like, nope.
Oh yeah,
and,
BSB, yeah.
and I agree.
I like how you just casually were like, maybe B-boys?
It's the Beat Boys.
It's the B-boys, dude.
It's the BS Boys. you
It's
know?
the BS boys. Everybody knows them.
So, but obviously, there's definitely a theme when it comes to your style of music. You're a metal, heavy metal type
Dude,
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
for
the
sure.
thing that gets I know some people love lyrics and shit. Come on. Dude.
Singing is so overrated.
No, me, I could be listening to a love song or a video game music or whatever else, and the first thing that happens in my mind, it's like Google Translate goes in and it comes out metal. I always think fucking what's her Taylor Dane, Tell It to My Heart.
Yeah,
You guys know that song?
Yeah.
Tell it to my heart.
Oh, okay,
Tell me
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
the only
Only
one.
tell me I'm the only
Yeah.
one. Yeah, I'm right.
Great,
Yeah.
great pop song, but
a good one.
all I can hear in my head though is the drum beat that I would imagine putting over that, and then get harmonized guitars going.
Dude, there's some people out
Yeah.
there that make some damn good money on doing metal
That's-
remakes of 80s pop and shit like that.
Listen,
That's what I think I am in my
I
head.
think you should. You put that to wax, brother. You do that.
You
I
absolutely
think you should.
could pull
Yeah.
it off.
I have a collection of things that I'm working on.
I think you should, and I think Taylor Dane, right?
Yeah.
Taylor Dane would be like, "Whoa, cool."
That's what I was like. I wonder if
Just
I
like that.
did it justice.
cool.
Could I? If she's still alive, even is she on Instagram? Could I tag her?
Man, can you imagine going Kansas City Comic-Con? Taylor Dane shows up, and
Hey,
take
where's
a
this Dan guy that I
Yeah.
keep hearing about?
And you're like, "Oh, it's me."
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a booth.
She's like, hey, I'd love to lay down some screams on that for you.
"Oh
You
my
want?"
god, damn, dude, that'd be awesome."
Dude, my friend Roxanne wants to get in touch with you. All right, so I know some of yours too, but let's hear what you got for me.
Gina Moreno is one of my favorite people in the whole world. He's my older brother, and he doesn't know it. Yeah. The first time I ever saw him, you were there. The Deftones were playing at Sandstone, and it was like hot outside, but like a puddle of mud opened up. And,
I'd never heard them before,
Yeah.
too. And there were, like, ladies singing along. They're like, I like the way you slap my ass. And we're like, hey, cool.
Whoa,
Slapping ass. Whatever. All right,
yeah.
cool.
We were like,
let's
okay.
get this on the road.
we were like 16. We were young bucks, and it's hot outside, right? But the sun's starting to go down. The sandstone, so it's like, ooh, people are smoking weed. Everywhere. You're like, fuck yeah. And the Deftones come out, and they just start playing, and it's like, and they're like really getting it, and we're like, okay, fuck. I had never heard of them. I didn't know who they were at all. I'm like, okay, this is cool. And the guitarist, like, when they first came out, he draped a Mexican flag over his amp. And our buddy Joe's like, Dave. Like, oh, my God. All right.
I can't, for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of the song, but I remember what song they opened with that night.
Yeah,
because it was off of White Pony.
Yeah.
It's that one that's like.
So
you know what song I'm talking about,
I do.
right?
It's I
Nighttime company, come on. Downtown pony, work your bitch.
yes. So that, like, they're like jamming that, like they're playing it, and we're like, okay, no one's coming out, and I'm like, what's the deal? And all of a sudden, you just see they shove this guy out there, and it's Chino Moreno, and he's like, kind of like, whoa, he's fucked up, and we're like, whoa, and he's like looking around, everybody's like, yeah, and he's like looking around, and he grabs the microphone and just goes, and it was like the loudest, like, guttural scream I'd ever heard in my life. I'd never heard a sound like a person make that sound. And I was like, tractor beam, total bro crush. I was like, oh my God. And then they proceeded to fucking rip the fucking roof off the place. They fucking crushed that shit. So and Outkast has always been like
nice.
my boys,
Yeah.
dude. 3 Stacks and Billy Ocean, man, otherwise known as Big Boy and Andre 3000. They, like, I can remember rolling around town in, like, our buddy Joe's car or Ian's car listening to Outkast, like,
Dude,
constantly.
Aquemini was on, like, repeat, pretty much.
Aquemini was one of those CDs that multiple people had to get multiple copies of it because it was either getting stolen or just scratched to shit.
Yeah.
And then I, like, dived into, like, their older stuff, and I was like, these guys, and, like, honestly, for my money, like, they're one of the greatest bands, like, ever. I think they're so talented, and, like, every album's completely different. And then, like, you listen to like their debut album, and they're 19. Like, I'm like, when I was 19, I wouldn't come within one note of that.
No,
you know what
absolutely
I mean?
not. Yeah.
Like, that shit is, Southern Playalistic Cadillac music, man. Like, they're 19. It's just
hell, I'm
great.
cooler than a polar bear's toenails. Oh, hell, there he go again. Talking that shit. Bend.
Corners like I was a nerve. I struck a nerve.
You're about to see something, but yes,
the
sir.
younger generation is even taken to him all right. At least in our house. Ethan, one night I was driving with him, and it came on shuffle. And
Oh,
so it
nice.
goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And he, like, without even missing a beat, he had like 2 seconds notice barely.
Mm-hmm.
He starts singing.
My
right
baby
along with it.
don't mess with me.
I was like, yeah,
The culmination.
you're all right, kid.
The culmination of, like, a spectacular career, them winning the Grammy. You know what I mean? Like, for that album, that like, I was just so proud. Like not proud in, like, a dad way, but just like, man, these guys deserve it because they are that talented, and they are, like, just more than just, like, hip hop. They're just more than that. They're music. Like, I
Yeah.
just love that shit.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
shout out to Outkast for 5 ever, man.
Absolutely.
I
like
love
it.
that. Hip hop is just drugs and alcohol. I said, oh, hell no. But yes, that too. I love that. So, okay. Chino, we got Outkast. Basically all music ever. Led Zeppelin. I love Led Zeppelin. 5, sure.
There's one that you haven't mentioned yet that I'm kind of surprised. Rage Against the Machine.
Ooh.
So today I had a thing about them. My former job, they're playing a song in particular, like more than they're playing Bulls on Parade, which is wild.
Really?
Yeah, they've flipped it because I played it one time. This particular, I'm not even gonna get into it. I played this particular song for
Come on.
Let's burn some bridges, baby.
our PT song. And like the PT song to begin with, like it was always my honor to like be on the air while the PT people are getting off, like getting ready to go.
Yeah.
So I tried to play something a little harder. And so this particular song, I played it, and the person that's scheduling music now was like, "Oh, I totally forgot about that song." And so they have driven it into the ground. Now, and I'm like, this is the thing, is that they're not all their music is not, it's not palatable to like a lot of people, but Bulls on Parade is that one song that you can play a lot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people are
Yeah.
like, yeah, that kicks ass, and it's just enough. It's just enough.
Yeah.
But this one, it's like,
Some songs just aren't designed to do that.
no, they're
you know?
not. No, they're not. And it's just like not designed for, like 9:45 in the morning. I don't know. Call me old fashioned.
maybe.
It's like in Fight Club. They're like single serving friends.
For sure. Oh, fuck.
They come around every once in a while, and then they can go away for a little bit, and then they can come back. And then,
Yes. Also, Jay-Z. Shout out to Jay-Z. I've always been partial to Jay-Z. That's it, really.
And that's about it.
What about you, Dustin?
Well, I mean, we did a whole episode on my favorite band, so I won't get into them. But some of the other stuff, I'm real kind of eclectic when it comes to my music taste. I go all over the place. But I mean, we all do a little bit. But like bands that you guys have mentioned, like Jimmy Eat World, I fucking love Jimmy Eat World. Outkast, I fucking grew up on Outkast. Like all sorts of different shit like that. But I was really raised on classic rock, so that's where a lot of my heart lies. So it's with like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, even shit like Boston and Kansas, Blue Oyster Cult, The Doors. I mean that kind of shit too. If I even like Steppenwolf and Foghat.
Would it kill you to play a little Foghat?
I mean, even like Aerosmith and some shit like that. But definitely more of like the classic rock. Like I've seen a lot of my all-time favorites, like the Eagles, Eric Clapton, Steve Miller Band, Doobie Brothers, Jackson Browne, shit like that. So definitely more in the rock side. But I do love me some fucking hip hop. I do. I even like country, dude. I like Garth Brooks. I like fucking Clint Black. I kind of grew up on him because my mom was fucking obsessed with him. But like Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, shit like that. Fucking all over the place.
Dude, can I tack a couple on? Because I completely just like stopped in my tracks for some reason.
No worries.
I just staring at this poster back here, Between the Buried and Me. They're one that I got to throw in there.
Oh, BT Bam,
BT
dude.
Bam.
BT Bam.
I love Opeth.
Millions. Go. Sorry. Go ahead.
Opeth is in there.
Oof.
I got to throw out a Polyphia. And I think that's the only three more that I really wanted to get out there.
Have you checked out Polyphia?
No, I haven't.
Holy fuck, Dusty. Man, Dan introduced me to Polyphia, and they are fucking rad, dude.
They look like characters from an anime show, but they play meaner instruments than anybody else.
It's awesome.
Nice.
They're crazy.
It's awesome. The guy, the lead guitarist, if you could even call him that, I don't know. This kid can fucking just do anything that he wants, and he's like in the vein of like Tom Morello, where he can make the guitar make weird sounds.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But they're not weird as in like, boy, that guy's high on some LSD. They go with what he's playing. Like the way he does like the whammy bar where he's like,
just little flutters.
Dude,
Yeah.
This kid is insane. Dude.
And look in the camera and tell everybody who they are again.
Polyphia, and the guy he's talking about is Tim Henson.
Yeah, this fucking guy, Jim Henson's.
He's Jim Henson's son.
Wait, are you serious?
No,
I was gonna
that's
say
not true at all.
because I know
Dusty.
Brian Henson. But
No, anytime he gets mentioned online, people are like, "Man, I love his dad."
it's like, no, it's Steve Henson's son. You know, the basketball guy.
Andy Garcia's brother.
All right, okay, so let's move on to this one. What is either a book or a movie that actually like impacted your life? Not one that you just, oh yeah, that was really good, but one that like made you think a little bit different, or it's like, oh, this is how movies are supposed to be, or like seeing something from a different perspective or something like that. Just a movie or a book that affected you.
I'll tell you right now. It's like everybody's fate, but like Goodfellas, like I just wasn't quite the same person after I saw that movie.
Goodfellas is for you. It's what do they call it in the Spider-Man thing? It's like an anchor point.
Okay,
it's like a canon event. That's what it is.
Sure.
For you, Goodfellas is a canon event. I absolutely believe that.
For sure, it really is.
Yeah.
Because I read the book. And I was like, "Can I watch
so fucking
the
good.
movie?" And my mom was like, "I don't give a shit."
So, what are you, like 6? Yeah, go for
whatever.
it. Yeah.
And I remember like watching it and just like realizing like how good of a movie it was that I watched. You know, like not just like, "Wow, that was cool," but like, man, this goes right along with the book. And then like all the acting is so good. And then like just rewatching it so many times and picking up on the little tiny stuff like, look at your friend Henry. He's getting married now. He's settling down now. And you're still bouncing around from girl to girl.
I want to come over every night. I come home to you.
Yeah, I love it. You go, why don't you settle down? You know, get married. He goes, I settle down almost every night, but in the morning I'm back up. I love you. And then finding out that that's Martin Scorsese's mom.
Yeah.
You know, like that
was
shit
crazy,
is
yeah.
fucking nuts, dude. And tiny little things like that. Like, yeah, that movie just and I almost hate it that it's almost like if I was a fan of the Yankees. You know, and I'm like, no, it means something to me.
It's so mainstream that like everybody gets something out of it, but you get a little bit more.
People from fucking Egypt like the Yankees, you know, because it's like, you know, it represents what it represents.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm like, no, I swear to God, I love the movie. I swear, I really just love it, man.
That's fair. I mean, sometimes the mainstream shit is like you can develop, like even though it's accessible to everybody, everybody still gets their own personal like connection to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to look at
That's
it.
a great way to look at it.
So
That's
you're
fantastic.
unique, just like everybody else.
Yeah,
Yeah, you little fucking snowflake.
Inorgasmo.
Oh yeah.
I started thinking this is so stupid, but it was a joke that this was an ex from a long fucking time ago that we had like a running joke where it's like, you're gonna make me come or I'm gonna kick your butt. Fucking love that movie. But that's not mine though. So all right, so what about you, buddy?
Can I do a 10-hour miniseries?
Yeah.
on HBO.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
How about 2001's Band of Brothers?
Hey,
Just from like a filmmaking standpoint, it's gorgeous. Like the amount of effort that went into the production was crazy. Like they built some villages. Like the uniforms are all accurate. Everything was like super accurate. And just it was one of those things that just like a piece of media because I was like 14 or 15 when that one came out, and it was kind of just transformative in that like when you're that age, you're fucking irreverent as fuck toward anything that came before you. And this was one of those things that made me go, no, man, this is crazy. Like, this is, like, got me in touch with history a little bit better and, like, gave me a sense of respect for, like, just the shit people had to, not even just the war itself, but, like, just living in the 40s.
I say just being around at that time. The war didn't even affect most people, and life still sucked so much.
You say, this is one of those that's always given me, I felt like it gave me new perspective, in my own life.
I don't know why, like, all the way up until then, I wasn't, like, privy to the idea that sometimes, like, the higher ranking person wasn't well liked or wasn't or it wasn't the total ass kicker that they were supposed to be, and the people under him were like, man, fuck that dude. I don't know why. I guess every movie I watched, like, the higher up guy was always like total badass or totally mean or something.
Yeah.
But like that Band of Brothers gave you that, like, man, there are some guys who are in charge who should not be in charge at all.
You guys stay here. I'm going to go for help. Also, I watched Band of Brothers before I ever watched fucking Friends. So,
She's like, man, this Ross guy was a badass. Wait, hold on a second.
Like, I fucking did not like Ross for the longest time when I started watching Friends.
Well, I don't think you have to watch Band of Brothers to be.
I
don't
say,
fucking like Ross, man.
I know a lot of people that never heard of Band of Brothers and fucking hate Ross.
Fair enough. Yeah. But I got my own reasons.
I got some real reasons, man.
For me, I've got to go with Halloween.
Yeah,
it was my first mainstream horror movie and first introduction to like the adult world of movies kind of thing, and my first John Carpenter movie. So yeah, that changed my whole perspective on just what movies could make you feel. Because I mean, it was like, haha, that's fun, Bugs Bunny laughing or whatever, Roger Rabbit, and Back to the Future. That's kind of weird. He likes his mom, but anyway. But like that was the first movie where I was like, it really made me feel something that I hadn't felt from watching a movie before, which was fear.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it doesn't anymore. Now I'm like, get the bitch, but at the time I was like, don't get the bitch. Right. So yeah, for me, it's definitely Halloween is one that shaped my view of like movies and just in general.
Excellent.
And I mean, obviously, I'm a horror fan to this day because of that movie. So the last one, we got a little bit of time left, and the last one I wanted to give you guys just a chance to kind of boast about yourselves for a little bit. So here's the deal. We are all very proud of our kids. That's a given. That's so when I ask, what's the thing you're most proud of? We know it's your fucking kids, okay?
I was going to say my dick.
Well, I mean,
hey!
Okay, well, besides that, I mean, if you want to put it on the list, go right ahead. But besides your kids, what's the thing that right now you are just the most proud of about yourself?
My dick. No, no, that's couldn't be. Nothing could be more average out there. No, I don't know, man. Shit. I need a sec.
That's a tough question.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's not easy to brag about yourself.
I mean, I don't mean to brag. I don't mean to boast. But that squad's like butter on your breakfast toast.
The fact that I know what song that's from makes me very proud. I don't, man.
I got one if you need a second.
Go ahead.
This is kind of lame, but whatever. I've been doing the New York Times crossword puzzle every single day for the last 1,011 days.
Damn,
so,
dude, that shit's hard too.
Yeah, and so for the longest time, I could only the way that puzzle works is Monday is the easy puzzle, and then it gradually gets harder until Saturday, and Saturday's like supposed to be the super tricky one, and then the Sunday puzzle is like just the big main puzzle, but it's about as difficult as a Wednesday, in general. But so for the longest time, all I could do was Monday and Tuesday. I just could not even do it. So I started like getting out of my comfort zone and like, I'd do the harder ones, but I would look up the answers just just as I went, just to so I could still have fun. But dude, after a while, it starts to click, and like, if I don't do my crossword, I do not feel right.
That could give you like a whole new terminology on life. You're like, man, it's a real Saturday kind of Tuesday.
Yeah,
that crossword's fucking him up.
but that's something that I'm actually pretty proud of, that I feel okay bragging about.
No, that's awesome. That's actually a good one.
That's fantastic.
And also, Sarah, go to hell.
Okay,
that's right. You think you're better than me?
Yeah.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You think you're better than me?
You think you're better than me?
No, my dear older sister is she's gotten into it as well. She's got herself a pretty nifty streak going, like 200 some days, I think.
I'll tell you one thing she's got a streak about doing is being short.
That's right.
Her streak is much shorter.
Hey, but longer because she's been short for, how many days now?
She's a fucking midget.
Sorry. At least 1,011. Dude.
Yeah, at least.
No, so we compare scores every day. We just send them just to say, how we did, and we're like, I aced it, or I had to look up 800 fucking answers. And occasionally, she's getting good now, and I don't like it. It's getting competitive.
That's all right. I'll slip a couple of paint chips into her next drink.
Thank you.
Dumb her down a little bit.
The thing is, when she beats me, I hear about it from her and then Nicole, because she goes and tells her.
Oh, of course.
Ooh.
Of course.
So
she has to. I mean,
hey, not that this matters, but I just whipped Dan's ass.
pretty much.
Oh my god!
just so you know, your husband is
stupid.
less of a man. Just so you know.
Yeah.
I also like it because I learned what an echidna was through
Like-
the crossword.
What is
Like
an
an
echidna?
It's kind of like a marmot fucking rodent
Do you,
type.
do you mean an
animal.
echidna?
Is that how you pronounce it?
Dude, Knuckles is an echidna.
Okay, well,
Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, from
Okay.
Sonic and shit. Like, yeah, so Knuckles
Yeah.
is an
And-
echidna.
kind of like a porcupine type.
yeah,
Some in that class.
And John Kitna used to be the quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals back in the early 2000s.
That's what I think you should be most proud of.
Seriously,
It's just your Bengals knowledge.
The Bengals, man, I loved them.
When are
Loved
we
them.
getting your 95, 96 Bengals roster podcast episode?
Oh my god! I told you that's what like my dream scenario for Jeopardy is to be like
That's the final
the
Jeopardy.
final Jeopardy's the 1995 Cincinnati Bengals. I'm like, oh my god!
And that's just the whole question. And so you're like, what is awesome?
You know how it goes.
David got it right.
It goes bong. You know, oh shit! Oh, better not bungle that one.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But seriously, you've got some shit to be proud of. So what's something that stands out?
I do. I don't mean to bring it.
You get permission to brag about yourself. That's the whole point.
I'm not. Thank you, by the way. That you need to know that you can say stuff. I'm not to like bring it down or weird anybody out, but I am 2.5 years clean, and that is like been, we talk a lot about like partying and stuff on this podcast, and like I partied enough for 10 people in my lifetime, and it took some dark times to get me here, but my life is so much better than it's ever been, and it's because I'm clean.
Damn right.
And if there's people that are suffering, still suffering out there, the best part is that you don't have to do it alone, and that there are places and people out there where you can get help. And it's just for today. I don't ever have to use again, and that is something that I struggled to understand at first. And now it's like my mantra. And so I'm like, like I said, I don't want to bring the mood down or anything.
That's
like weird anybody out.
absolutely.
And, I don't always get into great detail about it. But, and I tell you what, this podcast has been very helpful with that. Like adding, because, it's just kind of all run together. And yeah, almost 2.5, I think. I mean, I don't even count it anymore. So
Two things. One, that's a good one because everybody around you is damn proud of you for that too. And two, this podcast has made me drink.
that went well, and your phrasing was just magnificent.
My phrasing was fucking. Well, actually, here, let me work on it again. I'll just say thank you instead of saying thanks for recognizing
Everything
that
that I've done in my entire life for the next 24 hours. No, you know what I think people need to recognize, though? The fact that we're on fucking YouTube.
That's right, and that we do love to talk about ourselves every episode. And you can only do that if you go to wherever fine podcasts are downloaded and rate and review, like and subscribe.
Yeah, and leave a comment, because that opens up what they like to, a phrase, opens up the algorithms.
That's right.
And then the marmots get in to
That's
the algorithm.
Very scientific.
The echidnas.
The echidna!